Did you know that hidden in the remote deserts of the world lie ancient mysteries waiting to be unraveled? On this episode, I embark on a journey to discover one of the most enigmatic treasures, the desert geoglyphs. Geoglyphs are large-scale designs created by removing rocks or the earth to reveal the lighter-colored ground beneath. And these intricate designs often depict animals, or in this case, giant humanoids. And they were etched into the Earth's surface centuries and centuries ago for unknown reasons. Maybe religious, maybe some astronomical, and studying these geoglyphs allows us to learn more about the unknown cultures that came before us and their beliefs and their connection to the natural world that they were living in at that time. The passage of time has weathered these magnificent creations, making them even more captivating and mysterious because it just shows how old they are. Hi, on this episode, my trip to finding El Tosco in the Colorado desert. El Tosco is a geoglyph intaglio made by an unknown culture, an unknown length of time ago. There are the Blythe intaglios, also known as and called the giants, because they are of giant humanoids. They are nearby, but this one is less known and it's much older. It's fainter and a little bit harder to get to. Finding El Tosco, I just planned out a mapped road trip and made sure to stay on the roads at all times. On this trip, I used my GoPro on my head, which I'm going to get back into using, and I had my selfie stick, my phone camera, so I could raise it as high as possible. And I was also using my camera for taking zoomed in shots or shots where I can zoom into things far away, macro and micro. So I want to know more about this unrecognized ancient prehistoric culture making giants, and especially before the evidence begins to even fade away more as time goes by. It's worth learning about and protecting and preserving, and making sure that you stay on the designated roads, because endangered desert tortoises and burrowing owls that make their nests underground. Hi, my name is Jenna Bosiger, and thank you so much for liking, watching, and subscribing. I really do appreciate it. You can see his head has some features of giant eyeballs and a giant mouth. Very giant, almost robotic looking mouth. And I don't know if that little road is like vandalism or if it was created when it was created. I wish I could tell how old things are by looking at them. But you can see me coming to the feature that I didn't even notice at the time until I was literally drawing, got down to that part and realized there's something here. Oh, and it's shaped like that. Oh, and look where it is. And there you can see a distinction between his two legs and some very giant feet. And they really do remind me a lot of the way they were the giants represented in McConkey Ranch, with the knobby knees and then the giant feet, So there it is, very, very old. Nobody knows how old, but could be thousands of years old, potentially. I don't know. There's a big mystery here, and I want to know more about it. I was looking at the features of El Tosco, and I decided that maybe there were some, since it's so faint, that there were some we weren't seeing. So I zoomed in and was doing an outline and also looking to see if I could see any facial features, which I did, and I got the feeling too as well that this was a semi-profile giant. And I found his head and his shoulders and the bushes representing hair on his chest, I believe. And first I thought that was just like bushes that had grown in there, but I think somehow that was intentional to represent hair on El Tosco. And as I was drawing down, it became obvious to me that there was also a phallus symbol, which, come to find out, is on all of the Blythe giants. They all have them. And this one I didn't notice until I was drawing, which is strange. But you can also see the definition between his legs, which are relatively short, and two giant feet. And looking more closely at the fainter features of some of the Blythe giants, I noticed hair, and I noticed that one had an odd-shaped head, and that they put the fence like right on top of his head. Like, why they did that? Was it so you couldn't see how his head was not human? But also, when trying to decide how long the length of the arms are on all of the Blythe giants, I found out, because they're all stretched out, and I found out that they all come right below the knee, which is not a feature known to humans, but is a very common feature known to Bigfoot. The other feature that I noticed that I hadn't noticed before, that was on all of them except for El Tosco, was these knobby knees, very distinctly drawn knobby knees that reminded me of the knobby-kneed giant petroglyphs in McConkey Ranch, Utah. Very distinct knobby knees. And I'm sure this represents something, some feature of these giants, and that it is recognized in both of these places by different, probably, groups of people, or by the giants themselves. Not sure. I love it out there, and I have had more trips out there to look for rocks on the other side of the 10, which I will be posting about too. And so stay tuned for all of that. And thank you again for liking, watching, and subscribing. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, bye.